um, you would probably want to install a Linux OS, because Fab Academy is mostly based on Linux computers, Linux and Mac computers, so Unix systems. So what I recommend, if you have a Windows-based computer, and you probably don't know how a Linux operative system is installed and how it works, so you would probably want to make a kind of a trial or a kind of a test drive. So for doing that, there's a small piece of software called VirtualBox that is really amazing for trying out other operative systems until you are certain that you want that. So let's do it. So let's open a Chrome or Firefox or whatever browser you have, and just type VirtualBox. There you go. Oracle Virtual Machine VirtualBox. Now just go here to downloads, and here you have VirtualBox for Windows hosts for 32 bits and for 64 bits. Okay. So we'll just download it. I'll just download it to the desktop. So I already have VirtualBox installed on my computer, although this is just for you to see how you can download it. So I'll just ignore this. It's just, you'll just install it normally as you would install any other software. Just double click and follow the MSI install. Okay. So after you get VirtualBox installed, you can search for VirtualBox. Okay, here it is. So I'll open VirtualBox. And this is the first screen you'll get. This is the first window that you will get. So now, while we are going to configure the settings for VirtualBox, we can start downloading a Linux flavor. So we will go for a Debian version, kind of an Ubuntu version, so you can get the best experience of a Linux system, a Linux-based system. Although Ubuntu is quite heavy, it's a bit heavier than the typical Linux systems. So probably I'll recommend you using Lubuntu. It's kind of the same Ubuntu, but a lightweight version. So that's why it's light Ubuntu. So Lubuntu, or any other flavor based on Ubuntu, kind of Xubuntu and other guys like that. It's Ubuntu, but I'll go for the Lubuntu. Okay, here it is. Lightweight, fast, easier. This version is better for virtual machine, as it's not running exactly as an operative system should work. So probably it's better to use a lighter version. So we'll start by that. And now downloads. Here it is. Now you have here the PC 32-bit and PC 64-bit. This is if you want to download it via torrents. This is if you want to download it normally as a standard ISO. So as my PC is 64-bit, so I'll download the 64-bit version. Okay. As you see, I already have a Lubuntu version here, so I won't be downloading it again. So I'll just ignore it. Okay, so the two downloads are already complete, so VirtualBox and Ubuntu. That's it. So now, once we get the Ubuntu ready and the VirtualBox, we can start to create a new virtual machine. So give it the name you want. It's just for your reference, for you to know what operating system you have there. Linux based, and version you can choose the Ubuntu 64-bit because it's based on the same Ubuntu settings, so there's no problem in choosing Ubuntu, as you'll see that there's no Lubuntu here, so we will keep Ubuntu settings. If you're having troubles with seeing 60-bit versions of OS here, I'll recommend you to go to the BIOS of your computer and check for a specific setting called virtualization technology. And if it's disabled, you probably need to enable it so it can work correctly. So just turn on the computer, turn it back on, hit F2, probably F2, some computers is F9, but normally I think it's F2, until the BIOS screen comes up, and then search for virtualization technology and check if it is enabled. If it's not, just put it on and restart the Windows. Then you will see that the 64-bit will reappear. Now the memory size, I recommend you to push it a bit further, like 2 gigabytes are probably the best choice, or probably a bit more, so you can kind of install programs and don't get your memory full very quickly. Okay, so 2.5 gigabytes, and it's quite enough. Just don't change these settings here. Create a virtual hard drive now. It's okay. So create, and let's see here. Yeah, okay, like this. Ubuntu. File size. Don't change anything. Just create it, and there you go. Now we need to tell them that this is the disk image, so settings, and now storage. On the controller IDE you can add a new storage unit and tell it it's an optical drive, it's an ISO file. Choose disk, and let's choose the Ubuntu 15.10. Okay, you can delete this one, it's doing nothing. So now you can hit OK, and that's it, you're ready. Just double click Ubuntu or whatever name you have there. And Ubuntu will boot. So now I'll choose English. Now just try Ubuntu without installing. Just hit enter again. here it is, the main OS already loaded. Now we can just minimize this tray to the tray, and here we have the Lubuntu ready.